Hi there. So I'm here with Ashley. She has just been here for about an hour and a half. We picked out her crystal singing bowls. She wanted to do chakra work, so she wanted a scale going up. And if you watch my other videos, you'll learn that you don't have to start on the C to do your scale. So we're starting on the low G. And the only essential thing you need to do is in your scale, have it going up all the way. I've heard some people on the internet and they're selling a chakra set and it'll start and then the next note drops the octave really low. That doesn't work. You need to have your notes going up higher all the way. So this is her scale. What I'm using right now, we call these our bunny tail mallets. It's a very soft rubber ball in it, and it makes a very gentle tap. You can go super, super gentle. So you almost don't even hear it. Because the quieter you play, the more it pulls your listener inwards. One common mistake is play super loud. When I got my first bowl, I cranked it up as loud as I could, and my sister was like, yeah, no, not happening. And I have even people coming here shopping, and they're like, I was at a sound bath, and they played so loud, and it just, you know, it just bothered me so much. Yeah. So the idea is to play very soft and gentle. If you forget how to play, on my Learn section of the website, there's an actual video that shows you and demonstrates proper hand position, how to play. And then once you know how to play it softly, you can do whatever you want. I mean, you could play like this, but as a beginner, that's very hard, okay? So we've got them set up so you've got your drone on your left, since you're right-handed, so you're not thinking about it, okay? Your right hand is your more dominant, so it can move around a lot. So here, C, G to C is that perfect fourth. When you're on the bowls, gives a different sound than when you're off the bowls, okay? This is your perfect fifth. G, A, B, C, D. That is your most common perfect harmony, deep relaxation. If you want to inspire and uplift, we're going to go up to the E, because that's 6 notes. G, A, B, C, D, E. Now notice this one wasn't loud enough, so I came off of here, and I'm just playing this one. Now this is too loud, so I'm going to come here, give it a bit. And then I really slow down once it started singing.
So if you find you're too loud and you're picking up a second bowl, you start this one in louder and then drop?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. If this is too loud, I'll give this extra and come off of there for a minute and pull it up. Now I want to hear more of that one.
To account for pressure.
Yes, because you want to get that perfect balance.
Yeah.
Okay?
Makes sense.
So what I even myself did, and I'm a musician, I have little pieces of paper with the letter names on it. Because as you play, you're going to come up with patterns. It's like, oh, I love doing this or I love doing that. Okay? When you're doing your chakras, you're just going to be playing one bowl at a time. So let's back up first to doing your chakra work. So when you're doing your chakra work, you know, listen to the sound. When it's time to go to the second sound, you may want to bring their attention. This is your sacral. Breathe in the color, okay? And then as you go to your next chakra, just to give them that little bit of focus, but very gentle. I could do it with this one, but listen to the difference.
Yeah,
it's a harsh sound.
It's startling if you're,
But this is just very soft, just that gentle nudge.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you would do that with your chakras going all the way up. But now, when you're first practicing with other people, even myself, If you're like most of us, your nerves are going to be like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
So you have your pieces of paper.
Yeah.
If you don't know your scale, the first thing you could do is write number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the way up.
Yeah.
Okay? I always include that 8th note
Yeah.
because it closes off the scale.
Yeah.
If we just went without the top G, oh, sorry, You're leaving that body. Our Western bodies want to hear that resolution and that closure.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I always do an 8-set chakra instead of 7.
Yeah.
Okay, so apart from doing your chakra work, you can do all sorts of things. Like I said, was the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th.
Yeah.
Now you're a musician, so I don't think you really need to write that down, but you could on here write opening, knowing that it's going with your root.
Yeah.
You could do this and the D and say balance, relaxation, and then inwards,
Yeah.
grounding.
Grounding.
Okay. Then either at the very beginning or near the end, I like personally to do, okay, some type of patterning. I love to do that. If people come who I'm working with is really like wild and blah, 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 just like I am when I go to massage therapy, you know, as I need something to calm me down, that might be at the beginning, just to pull me in so that I'm ready to now begin my chakra work.
Start and stop the chatter.
Exactly, stop that chatter, or near the middle end where I want to start bringing them up, like it's time to be waking up. I love to do that too.
Yeah.
So now how do you know what to do? So first of all, just going every other note. Okay, so G and B. Okay, A and C, B and D, C E, D F, E G. So 2 notes, like 3 notes apart. If you put the letters in your hand,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, they will always sound pretty together.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I had a pattern like I did this, and went, oh, I love that pattern, that song, I could take my marker
Yeah.
and I might call this my circle pattern.
Yeah.
Okay, so then on here, I would have a circle, 1, and this was the other one of my circle pattern, 1.
Oh. Yeah.
And now this is my circle pattern number 2.
Yeah.
So I did these 2 next.
Oh.
And then the third one, well, let's just take a look. Where do I want to resolve that to? It could, if I wanted to lead them somewhere. Again, it's drawing somewhere, but say I said I wanted to make it feel home.
You can feel that one, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So then that's still my circle song.
Yeah.
So then, so this is the third part of my circle song. So I do the circle and number 3. So now
There's a pattern.
I've got, now my rhythm can change up.
Yeah.
Okay, I can change my patterns. I'm going to have to just practice and practice so I know what I want to do.
Yeah.
Or I can just do it intuitively. But at least now I know, because now I know what direction I was going. Okay, this is sort of like yoga. You go yoga teacher training, they teach you all the poses. You have a class, you have to decide yourself what are you going to do where.
Yeah.
Okay? These are just poses.
Yeah.
Okay? So then say I had another pose. Oh, I don't like that. That's kind of questioning, leading, opening up somewhere. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I might call this my triangles.
Okay, got
and
it.
write triangle.
Yeah.
This was 1. I went here. Triangle 2. Here. Triangle 3. And here. Triangle 4.
Yeah.
Now, I would not do too many patterns on your paper. Otherwise,
Where's the
it's like,
circle? Where's the square?
exactly. But I have 2 patterns here.
Yeah.
So now I know I've got my beautiful harmony,
Yeah.
which I throw my G up in there. Okay. And I can throw my B in here. There's my 5th. So I know these always work. So you had asked a question earlier about what if you hit a wrong note and
Yeah.
it doesn't sound right. Okay.
Like even when you're tapping, you hit that one, and we both kind of went, "Oh, it doesn't sound right."
Yeah. Okay, so say
So
I'm here.
correction.
Okay. And I went to here. And it was like, ooh, that doesn't sound right. So I resolved it. I brought it somewhere else.
Yeah. So
Because that B didn't fit with the C.
C.
Okay. And I don't think you even noticed it, or the listeners even noticed that, because when I was doing that, I added and it was like, no, that's not right. I didn't tell you it wasn't right. I just then moved up to a note that I knew fit in that scale. But what you can do is when you have something that doesn't fit right, let me go here. Not so nice. So I'm going to go to the letter beside it. So that was the F. I'm going to go down to the E. And now it fits nice.
So do you drop down one? Do you always drop down?
Drop down or go up.
Oh, go
so
up.
here
Okay.
I'm going to do it this way now. I moved up instead.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I'm teaching, I'm moving very quickly.
Yeah.
In a sound bath,
Yeah,
we're
of
going
course.
extremely slow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. And then because these are sitting so far back, you can either twist, which is great yoga moves, okay, with twist, or you can just play in the front here. I tend to have these a little bit back so that I'm not leaning way over, because spending an hour playing like this is really bad for your lower back. And so same thing here. I might just play on this side, go around to get it going. Okay, just playing in there.
Okay, another question. Is it personal preference when you go back onto a bowl, or do you just let it sing out? Like, do you just let it sing out till personal preference, or is there a certain spot at that singing out point that you're like, oh, it needs to be
Total
replayed?
preference. And there's something magical that happens. When I say magical, okay. Something happens when you go into that pure silence.
Yeah.
Okay. It can be as powerful, pure silence,
Yeah.
as can be sound.
Yes, 100%.
Okay. So by all means, let it like it's still singing. And that's going to then force the listener, their subconscious, to keep yearning and searching for that sound. And when your body is searching for the sound, your monkey chatter. Mm-hmm. You can't do them all together. So that's the whole idea with all of this, is to stop that monkey chatter, to pull them in the deepest relaxation possible. So then you can either do the chakra work, or you can just leave them to be in their own presence. Because
it's just like guided meditations. You take them in and then just sometimes leave them to explore,
Yes.
and then you softly bring them back in.
Exactly. Now, if you're going to leave them into pure silence, at the beginning of your practice, whatever it is, always let them know that when we're in pure silence, you just relax. At the very end, I'm going to leave you in pure silence, and you're going to totally relax and embrace it, because at the very end, I will let you know when it's time to come out with my words. I have had many sound baths ruined because 5 minutes after she stopped, we're still lying there, and we finally realized that the girl's not going to say anything. And it's like, oh, I guess we're supposed to sit up. And as soon as you do that question, you're like, are we supposed to move? What's happening?
Yeah.
You've now brought up anxiety.
Yeah.
And then it's gone.
So do you do like a chime or a bell or anything like that at the end, or do you just use your words to bring people back?
My favorite is the koshi chime.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yes. So let me just grab one for those who don't know about them. So I got one sitting right here. Let me grab. Oh, perfect.
I was going to talk about these with you, actually.
So koshis are named by the 4 elements, have nothing to do with the 4 elements.
This was a question. I didn't know if they were, because I've seen them sold and set to 4, so I didn't know if it was one tuned to a different for the elements.
They're different chords.
Okay.
It's great marketing. There's so much marketing in this business. It's chords.
Yeah.
So since your bowl starts on a G, I do believe, and you want it to go really, really nice, you would get the one that has that low G, has the tuning of your bowls. Yeah. So we have koshis, we have theta. Koshis tend to say I'm home.
Yeah, I love that.
Thetas, the chord structure leaves it more opening.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have the zaphirs, which also have that sense of home because it's a solid major chord. Yeah. Okay, so we listen to this. So when you're done,
you just... Beautiful.
Is nice, but this one really goes here. So this is the earth, and it really harmonizes beautiful with your C. As I think it's the fire that would go with the G, and then I've got 3 others that would also go with that. So that's what I do. I go into the silence, and actually I like to take 2 of these that complement each other. And you go 1, and then you play the other one. And that, even still then, I do that to bring them out. And then I say, now, begin to come back. Move, move your fingers, move your toes, however. Yeah. Okay.
So do you ever play the chimes through? Or
yes.
Just that? Oh, okay.
So I want to give my people at least 20 minutes of just smooth playing. Yeah. No tapping, no chimes, nothing else. So it's either at the beginning of my bath that I will do my chimes. I like to keep my flute to the end. So I'll do my chimes, maybe my hand pan or my tongue drum, my shakers at the beginning. That's to pull them in, to slow them down. Then my 20 minutes of just smooth going around. Then start bringing them back out. Whether it's with the tapping here patterns, playing my flute. But yeah, you have to give them that long period, at least 20 minutes, soaking.
Okay, so another question. Do you play intuitively 20 minutes, or do you watch a clock and play each bowl a certain-ish amount of time, like 3 to 5 per bowl, or just...
Total intuitive.
Intuitive. Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Each one is different.
Yeah.
The girl who, sorry for the phone.
It's okay.
Lauren, who got me into this, first sound bath, she never played any bowls together. It was all one note at a time. And one day I watched her, and I think she went like around 40, 50 times around just one bowl at a time. So it was a good 5 minutes on each bowl. And I just like, oh my God, I was just like so melted away, so profound.
But you could do that beautifully with the chakras, walk them all the way up, and then
exactly.
You could drop them off and then walk them all the way back down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you can also, when you walk them back down, keep your drone going. Much slower, okay?
Yeah.
And just drone it all the way down. Okay, yeah. There is no hard and fast rule, with the exception you don't want to startle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I don't like to hit with these.
Yeah.
It's just too hard. Okay. When people first come in, if you can also do a breathing activity, such as, okay, let's breathe in. Out. Ooh, I don't like that. See, and so then you learn, okay.
So say, what was that?
That was because I was going FD and then I went GC, which they don't work together, okay? So I might do something that you breathe in, out. So now we're E and G, C and G, because we're all part of the major chord. Breathe in. We're doing square breathing, hold across, out. But super slow, okay? Again, we're trying to just jump right into. For some people, it's just to be that mind chatter, and then they're like, I'm not getting into this. It's not working, and then they do that fatalism and forget it.
Yeah.
But if you start with that, and repeat it over, because we want predictability, no startle. Just keep going over and over and over, and then the brain will go, okay, I'm with you now.
That's where I asked that 3, 5, 7, 9. Like, do you repeat things for that reason? So
yes,
it's just more soothing, calming.
Exactly. Yeah. You want predictability. You want stability. You don't want any startle.
Yeah.
If you keep jumping from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next, the body is like, I'm just about to let go finally, and then.
So this was a question about this. So you're now using internet. How do you quietly put it down without that startle?
Practice.
Okay. I was gonna say, how do you?
Yes. So when you're playing, when we first got it,
we're bring a drone up a little bit louder to.
Yeah. So when we first got it, we were like, and it's like, no. The ideal way is just. So what I do when I'm playing, I'm doing that as I come closer to the floor. And very good. And trust me, it is practice.
Because I've seen people play it and then they put it down. I'm like, oh, that would drive me mental if I was in the middle of it and it clink, 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 clink.
Yeah, so here we're going.
Okay.
So yes, so to help circumvent, in case I make a noise, just as that touches the floor, I'll do this. Just not really loud, but just exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's big time practice. Some of my early videos, you hear that clunk, and it's like, ooh. Yeah. But it's a learning process.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Cool.
Any other questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. So we're going to write all this out on a map. Okay. If you decide you want to change things, by all means, go ahead and change it however you like. This is your journey.
Okay, so I do have one question. So this is set up right-handed. If my husband's a left, my daughter's a left, would...
Okay, so the reason I do this, if I'm droning here...
It's to your opposite hand. You can use... Yes.
This is easier for me to be bouncing around. For people who've never done two things at once, most non-musicians, you're like, I can't get two bowls playing at once.
Yeah.
Okay, so once you get your drone going and you're not thinking about, so say this is my drone, this is my good hand, this is my non-dominant hand, it's going to be a bit more awkward. Yeah. Okay, I'm not going to have that same distance control. So for them, I mean, there's no reason why they can't play it this way either.
Okay.
But if you are the most confident player in the house and you want your husband and daughter to succeed better, have more confidence, let them have the drone because you're not using it.
Yeah.
So they just don't even think about it. So that challenging arm doesn't have to think. All it has to do is stay right there.
No. It may not affect them because they both play sports right-handed. So
yeah. So if they're ambidextrous, it might
Yeah.
not make a difference. But some people who are very predominant one hand and the other hand has never done anything,
interesting.
that would be far too difficult for them to do. They'd have to be thinking too hard.
Yeah. Which I assume you think too hard through the whole first learning bit until it just becomes second nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And just remember, just super soft and gentle. With this, I'm not holding it this way.
Yeah.
It's just tapping.
Little whisk.
It's like this little finger is pushing it out, so it can just bounce.
So another question, you keep picking up different sets, so one's hard and one's soft. Is that, again, just to play, it makes different sounds or
so
different?
the harder balls are, listen to the difference.
Oh yeah, wow.
Okay, so the harder balls just give that brighter, more like a bell, like a chime.
Yeah.
Ooh, don't like that. So now this would be great for waking them up. Okay, I want them to come to. I want them to pay attention to me.
So do you
Whereas
always
these-
have different bunny
Yes.
tails, the
So
hard and a soft pair?
Right now, yeah, ideally I prefer that. So right now, because unfortunately with
They're the
COVID,
same.
get more furs, so they're the same. So then we'll put a little marker
Yeah.
on these two, so that you know they're the harder ones. Okay. Normally these would be one color. This is another color, which we'll be getting back in.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, during COVID, there's
Yeah.
okay.
I just didn't know if it. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect.
And actually, we'll put a little mark up here because then you'll be able to see it easier.
Okay.
Okay, but normally it'd be like blue and white or gray
Yeah,
and white.
yeah.
Yes, but ideally, yeah, it's perfect to have both. So you're calming, you're brightening, waking up, and these are also great on metal bowls.
Oh, this was another question.
And these are on
so
gongs.
the Tibetan bowls, there's quite a different like tonal sound. If you added those in, do they have to be? How do you add them into this set? How would you add them? Do you know what I mean?
Okay, right behind you. Grab me a few bowls. So we're not going to pass over. It's going to go under. Okay, so
Doesn't
metal
matter which
bowls.
one.
Eddie, you take your pick. We're going to take two, just to show. So metal bowls, when you play them, so I'm going to use the hard one, plays 6, 8, 10 different sounds,
Yes.
as well as your fundamental.
Yes.
The tiny mallet's going to let the high notes sing. The felt mallet will let the low notes sing. Okay? The fundamental note, I check how many hertz it is, convert it to notation. So all the metal bowls on there, the fundamental is perfect pitch.
Okay.
So I know any bowl on that shelf is guaranteed going to sound gorgeous here. All my other bowls, they might not. Depends on where that fundamental note is. So this is a G sharp. Oops. Okay. So this is a half tone higher than my G. So I'm going to put it over here. And this bowl, is an E3. Remember, you liked that giant E,
Yeah.
but it was like, I can't afford the space and the money to buy that giant bowl. So let me move the chime. Never go over, always around. So I'm going to put this bowl here. So E, F, G, A. Nice. Oh, I don't like that harsh, so I'm going to go soft one. This was the G sharp. Hear the difference, the two mallets, okay? So I'm using my ear. I'm just finding what sounds pretty. That G sharp doesn't fit totally well in our scale. Is there a small bowl up there? Oh, or actually, the bottom shelf, that unusual. That's an unusual antique one. So this one too. This is an antique unusual bowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say I haven't seen that.
Yeah. Okay, what note is that?
That is a B.
A B. Oh, and that's a B too. Pass it around. So this is going to be really, really low.
Oh wow. So you can incorporate them in. They just have to fit in the scale that I.
Yeah. Oh, listen to that. Oh my gosh. So they add a different dimension. I am all for mixing metal with crystal, with chimes, with flutes, with tongue drums.
Because they're quite a different tonal sounding bowl than that. So that's why I didn't know if you could mix and add them, or do you?
Okay.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Beautiful.
So around, I'm going to put it right here because that's. I like this bowl over with this combination.
Yeah.
And you can hear that ba ringing in that because they have the overtones which the crystal bowls don't.
So it's kind of nice to incorporate them just for the.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Ooh, see now here I've discovered something new. It's like, ooh, I like this progression just going. Nah, I want to go up.
So it really is just a play.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like going to there. I like.
No, I like stopping here too.
And that's what it is.
So this is kind of, it took you up and that just settles.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what this is all about. Some people oh, I'll buy a set of bowls and I'm going to do an event this weekend.
Yeah,
No, it takes months of, unless you're spending several hours every day and you have a good ear, it takes a while to really learn what you're doing. Mm-hmm. That being said, if you bought the set of bowls, I've got an event to do this week, great, no problem. This is what you're going to do.
This is what you're getting.
As long as you can play super soft, just play one note, next note, next note, and just work your way up your set and work your way down. Like I say, that was my first experience and it was profound.
Yeah.
But you're going to spend 3 to 5 minutes on each note.
Yeah.
And then before you go to the next note, just let it play out into pure silence. Mm-hmm. So that's why I say you don't have to be a musician to be able to do it. But if you want to go to that next level, it's practice and practice finding your patterns.
Okay, I do have one more question. So when you're playing, if it gets that chatter or if it gets that, oh crap, my hand hit it or the stick hit it, do you just ignore it and continue playing, or is there a save from that as well?
Nope. So when you're playing and you just
try to.
Now sometimes you can fake it, so if it does that,
or do it again a couple of times to make it like you did on purpose.
See, there, I just did that. And so I faked it by adding.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you tap it and can save it, just add a couple taps to make it like you did on purpose.
Yes, exactly.
That was all great except the tap in the middle, actually. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, so yesterday's video, I had my bracelet, and you know what? My bracelet made me noise. And at the end, I just apologized at the end of the video and said, you know what? So you don't wear your beaded bracelets when you're playing because they just, as you lean over, you're going to hit.
Yeah, it's the same. I wear them until I do mediumship and I take them off. It's a weird.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's like, why do you do that? I'm like, it just makes noise and it's, same thing. Interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. My smile is like this big under this mask.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. You're going to have so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so for those who hung out through the whole video, so now this video is for Ashley. So when she goes home, because hubby wanted to come but couldn't, he's got that video. He understands how to use the set. You understand what to do with it. You've got a plan for when you know nothing at all, but you know, family's like, oh great, you bought all these bowls, we're coming over tomorrow night. We want to experience something great. You're just going to play that for 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Just work your way up and work your way down. Because if you're like me and everybody else, you're like sweating bullets and you forget everything. Okay? So just do that. And then on your own, practice your patterns. Practice. I don't do a lot of, like I said, tapping the beginning or tapping the very end. But give at least 20 minutes.
Unless it's a specific tapping type.
Yes, but still that specific tapping is just, for me, my preference. Because there is no hard and fast rule. Is either at the beginning to get them out of their mind chatter. Or near the end to bring them back.
Because I love the tapping, but I wouldn't want too long of it.
Okay.
Too.
But, so like I said, there is no hard and fast rule. There's a gentleman I follow on the internet, and the whole time, all he does is tapping.
Oh, interesting.
So then your body becomes so relaxed. The whole sound bath is. And it is stunning because now that is the norm. And so there is no startle because the whole time we're tapping, we're tapping. Exactly. And then your body just sinks right into these beautiful harmonies. Oh, see? So that happens when you're not paying attention. So when you're playing, you do need to focus. Okay? Because I'll guarantee every time I do that tap is I'm not watching, I'm not paying attention. But yeah, so you could just tap your whole sound bath. Because it's that startle reflex. We just want them to know, predictable. This is what's happening. This is how it's going to happen the whole time.
But even tapping, you can go louder to softer.
Yes.
Drop it off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
You are welcome, my dear. And so everybody else, if you are interested in bowls and this scale does not do it for you, check out, I've got so many videos under sets. Just pick the lowest note on the filter. It says, what's your lowest note? Just click that in and then the filter will send you all the bowls that are in that note, key I should say, for that low note. And if you don't find anything you like, give me a call. I'll happily make you a new video, or if you're overwhelmed, just call, I'll help you out. Talk to you, figure out what your needs are, and guide you in the right direction.
Awesome.
So have a great day, and thank you, Ashley, for coming and participating in the video.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye.